So we have another remote viewing challenge in this game. I died somewhere in this jungle and I want to find the place where I died because I have not just my things there, but I was carrying a T-Rex egg, which is valuable to me. I've been flying for a while above the jungle, trying to see if I can recognize the place where I died, and it's really hard because everything looks the same. I've been looking all over and this island is huge and all these lakes and jungle just looks like the same everywhere. I just can't find it. So I decided I'm gonna use remote viewing to try to do a map dowsing on like a missing person case, except I'm going to find where I died, which will actually have another copy of the body of this character, because I want my T-Rex egg back. So I'm going to go ahead and draw what I feel about the map. So if we just put a red X for where I would put where the body is. I'm going to sense around, and I don't really know what is north, south, east, west on the game map, but in my mind it will give me some sense of direction. So what I sense is right here would be some rocks, and they're tall but not very wide, not like a mountain. I sense flowing water here. It wouldn't be so dark, RV says. I sense it like going here. It's a stream which is very gentle flowing. Here I sense a forest, and here is a waterfall. Not sure if it's falling up or down from with respect from the elevation. So let me sense up direction. I sense, and this is so interesting, I'm getting red elements for life forms and I see them moving. Even though these are dinosaurs in a game, I see them exactly like I would a real animals or people in real life. So there is a lot of life forms moving here. They're moving like left, right direction, just tons. So if I go further, I get an interesting shape which looks like this and is blue. I don't know yet if it's the coast and if this is the ocean. Interesting shape like this with water. If I go further out, I get some rocks, and RV wants to tell me that these are some devastating rocks because you can fall down and feel very sad here. You can feel very sad. These are the devastating rocks, RV says. And RV's telling me that the desert is here. So I know from the map that there is a desert island on one side from the jungle island. So this would give me some bearings. So let's go to the right side direction. Another water. There's the water here. And it drops. It drops down into this pool of, like dropping into a bucket. It makes the water sound I hear the sound of the water. Here I get some forest with some canyons, rock canyons, deep. Right, so if we go downwards, here are some friendly animals. I sense that they're big and friendly here. Could be stegosaurs, probably. They're very happy and smiling and friendly. Let's go further here. There's a lot, now we get a good landmark. Here's a large body of water, which is somewhat round in shape. This is a good landmark. And on the sides I get the feeling and taste and sense of metal. So there's some rocks here with metal, which is true because in this game, if you cut down some of the rocks, sometimes you get metal pieces from some of the rocks. This is a huge challenge. My body is somewhere in this vast jungle. This is feeling right now impossible. I have no idea how I would solve this. I remember approximately where I died, and it was... I know where I died, what it looks like. I know that I died... let me just draw a quick sketch of what I remember. I had this, I remember, like I drew, a shallow creek here, and a big body of water here, and some waterfalls here, and some other bodies of water. Because I went down, I dropped down at the waterfalls a couple of times to get to lower ground, because I know from watching wilderness survival videos, documentaries, that you're supposed to follow water to lower ground until you reach the outlet to the ocean. That's what I was using, because I found myself stranded in this jungle without a flying dinosaur, because the flying dinosaur died, so I was alone suddenly in this jungle, and I wanted to get back to my home base. So I was using survival skills and following the water, thinking I'm going to the coastline and then getting my bearings and finding my base from there. But I died from some bugs. These big ants killed me about here, and I know that this was where I died has very dense jungle, so I won't be able to see my body from the sky. And I remember the rocks. I remember the big rocks here and here, and here was more jungle, dense, all of this dense jungle. So I know I'm at the water's edge of a creek like this, and that there is a huge water here and more trees here, which is everything I've drawn matches that, whether that's from memory in this region or from RV. It matches the actual region, but everything from the sky just looks the same. I have no idea. I've been flying in the sky looking for anything that I could recognize. Everything just looks the same to me. So let's continue. Let's go back to our central X. And I'm feeling around. So let's go to the left direction. I'm feeling some beautiful, and seeing as well, some beautiful blue water here, and it's turquoise and it's flowing beautifully. This is very pretty. It will have some of those plants that I love, which look like little, they look like little asparagus or artichokes is what I'm thinking of, not asparagus. They look like little artichokes. I've seen them on some of the waters. It's a very special plant, which I fell in love with when I saw it. Here are those artichoke-like flowers, plants. I know I've seen a water like this somewhere. That's a good clue. What I need to do is find the coastline. So I'm going to go high up into the sky I found a volcano. There's an island far away which has volcanoes. It's a very specific landmark, and I find it here. Let's just put the smoke here and those sharp rocks, and it feels like the geological activity. I'm getting a lot more impressions of sensations which aren't even in the game, such as the heat. Heat doesn't exist in this virtual game, but I can feel heat. I can feel textures. I can feel emotions from friendly animals. I feel that they're smiling and happy, and that doesn't exist. But somehow it's correct. But somehow RV is talking to me things that aren't strictly from or in the video game. That's very interesting. So here's the volcanoes. That's a very important clue. Let's just draw some red so I remember that this is the volcanoes. So what else? Let me go from the X. I'm gonna go high up in the sky. I'm sensing interesting rocks like here, but I don't know how to draw them in. There's a big hole somewhere, maybe here. A big hole. It doesn't exist right there, but I'm not sure where on the map to draw it, because now I'm getting a second look, independent from the first look, so I would actually have to draw a second map, but let's leave it there. It's in this area. Okay, I'm encountering the clouds. I'm very high up. It's funny when I go really high up, everything gets hazy and I can't see. Which is kind of true in the game too. If you're very high up, you can't really see the landmarks from up there. Lots of flowing water I'm seeing, which is correct. It's everywhere, flowing water. So let's just head into the game and use the bearings of the desert being here and the volcanoes being here. Let's see if that makes any sense. So let's go into the sky and find the desert first of all. I'm telling you, this jungle island is huge. And the problem is when you're up in the sky, I mean, you just can't get an overview and you can't see the coastline and everything at once because it gets hazy. So there we see the volcanoes. There, the red thing in the distance. Right there, you can see the smoke rising and the lava flowing. So that's one landmark. So this would be to our right side. So if our map is correct, the desert should be in this direction somewhere. So let's see if that's true for the desert island. It should be here. I don't know if it is. Let's just find the desert. This is impossible. This jungle is so vast. There are so many regions that look exactly the same, more or less. Because it's just these waterfalls and these lakes and jungle on the side. So it's really hard for me to kind of see or recognize anything from when I died. I've been trying for a long time. Now I'm using remote viewing. So we found our first landmark. The volcanoes are over there. And now we need to see where the desert is. I just don't recognize. I need to rest the pteranodon every once in a while. Otherwise it gets tired from flying too much. So let's see if we can find the desert. This place is absolutely vast. There are waterfalls everywhere, and all the landmarks that I remember are everywhere. So the volcano is over there. Let's see if RV is accurate so far. We will find the desert if we go in this direction. So then we will know our bearings on our map dowsing. Because I can't really say north, south, east, west. I can draw an X on the map and feel it in the 4 directions for starters. So that we know, so that we have a sense of up, down, left, right on our map, and we can start from there. Then we know what is in what direction. So I'm kind of anxious and nervous. Are we gonna, I know there's a desert somewhere. From one side of the jungle island you will have a desert island which is next to it. But I don't know which direction it is, and I'm kind of nervous if RV is going to be right, if it's going to be over here. If it is, then we're good to continue. Let's just rest a bit here. So this is a real missing person case. This is as bad as it gets. This is a very dense jungle and everything looks the same, and there's trees, and we have some clues. I know some clues about where I died. I know I'm on one particular side of a creek, and I know some of the things that I remember seeing around me, and I remember some of the things from where I came from, what it looked like. But it has not been enough to help me find the body, because I was carrying a T-Rex egg, which are valuable because you can only breed one every 6 hours. So I kind of want to have it back, and also I like this challenge. I want to retrieve my stuff because I have a nice fur hat as well. From what I can see so far, it looks like RV is correct. I think I can see the desert island. Oh my god, it is. Remote viewing is actually able again. This is the second time I'm using remote viewing to find the spot where I died in this game on these huge maps, and RV is correct again. So you can see the smoke rising over there in the center. That's the volcanoes. You can see the lava, the red thing that lights up there next to the snowy mountains, to the right from the snowy mountains. And look and behold, here's the desert island, exactly where RV said it would be. This is amazing. I'm having chills because I didn't remember if it was here. I was nervous. Logically, I was thinking maybe I'm wrong. So this music that just happened, it's just telling us that it's 5 o'clock in the morning, that it's morning now, the night is over. Kind of like to tell you you survived the night. It's 5 o'clock 16 minutes when that music happens every morning. So look and behold, so the volcanoes are there, you can see the pillar of smoke rising. And here is the desert island, exactly like we drew it. And exactly with the jungle island right here. Look, I'll show you that it's the desert. Let's go there. Just want to show you that it is the desert. I need to rest before I go there. I'll just show you. It's a vast island with cactuses and sand and scorpions. I haven't been much on the land itself there, but I've flown over it. It's really vast. Let's just go there and take a look. My human needs to drink some water, I see. We'll just land on a desert, tiny little island and have a drink, because she can drink from the salty ocean water as well. Let's just go and take a look at the desert. So we have an impossible challenge really to find where did my character die. This is completely unscripted. And going into this challenge, I was logically thinking, there's no way. But there's an interesting place I haven't looked at. That little water with the waterfall coming down at the coast looks nice. So here's the vast desert island. The volcano is precisely where it was drawn on our map dowsing map. If you're wondering why my character has no clothes, it's because I died. When you respawn back at the base, you don't have any of your items on you, so instead of building new items, I figured I'm just gonna go to where I died and pick up the things I had, such as clothes and weapons and such. So here's the desert island and there's the jungle island. So far we're completely correct and we can proceed. I don't know why I'm taking you to the desert island. Complete waste of time, but let's just do it. And we'll be back on the mission anyway. So hopefully we can make it to this little island on the coast, because the desert has so many dangerous predators that I really don't want to land on the mainland of the desert. That would be instant death, because my pteranodon has... Oh, there's a dolphin, I think. My pteranodon has very little health points. It dies very easily. It's not a powerful animal. It's also not good for killing strong enemies with. Honestly, don't know if I'll make it to there. We'll try. If it lands on the water, it's over. It would mean that my character will fall down into the sea, I think, and my pteranodon will just hover above the water, and I'll have no way of getting it back without getting another pteranodon and flying to this one and calling it to follow me. So it's a real disaster if we run out of energy. You can see the energy, it's the flash, the lightning bolt on the top, it's running low on blue. But we made it because I'm good at these things. I know how to pace. So let's just land here. I know from before there's no enemies here, I hope. I'll just get a quick drink and pick some flowers to get some edible berries, because we're in for a long journey. Okay, pteranodon is rested. Let's just take a look at our map dowsing. So far, everything correct. This is very impressive and this is very promising for what we're doing. The volcano, so this whole thing is the jungle island, which is huge. I'm not saying my body is here in the middle. We don't know that yet. And just like is correct, RV knew this. Here's the volcanoes on this side. And with respect to these relative distances, here's the desert island. So we can continue. This is correct. Let's go back to our massive island and see, and just continue. Now the thing is, when you die in this game, you will get a green tall pillar of light which rises up from your dead body, which is a beacon telling you where you died, so you can find yourself easier. But what I've noticed is that the green beacon from where you died, you will only see it once you get very close to your body in the first place. So it's not like you can fly like this and look for your green pillar of light and find where you died. No, first you have to know or be lucky to go to the general area and get close to it. Then you'll see it. Now you can see some pillars of light, 4 or 5 right now. Green ones, a purple one, a blue one. Those are not beacons for where I died. Those are loot box beacons. And they get a crystal on the bottom. You can go and retrieve some bonus items from them. Those are a different beacon. The beacon from when you died, where you died, it's kind of similar, but it's different. And it won't show from this kind of distance. So you can see the loot box beacons easily from up here and far from here. But your where you died beacon, you won't see it like this. Otherwise it would be easy to, you would find where you died, but it's really hard. So we're going back to our massive island. And the thing there, the tower in the middle, it's like another, it's a place where you can, I think, craft some items and take a boss challenge and teleport to a boss or something. I haven't used it, I've just looked at the menu that appears. Anyhow, this is a real missing person case. We know that our missing person is deceased. So when you die in this game, it leaves behind a copy of your human character's body, which is gonna be dead on the ground, which will carry the items that you had on you when you died. And the green pillar of light will rise up from it, but it's hard to see it unless you're already close. And then you respawn, after dying, you respawn in one of your beds, which obviously you build on your base. And so there's like this new copy of your body, and then there's going to be another copy, which is a dead body that looks like you, which is where you died. So anyway, we know that our missing person was last seen in this jungle, which is a huge search area. We know a few details about where I was coming from and where I was going, and some of the landmarks that I had nearby. But it's not very helpful because there are so many nearly identical regions within this search area. So it's really hard to know how to use any of that, of what I remember. We're going to be using remote viewing to find him. I don't know if we can solve this challenge, but we're on to a good start. Now, if this was real, like how would you find a missing person in this jungle? The dead body of a person who went missing, who was trying to use the survival skills from survival documentaries, which always says find a body of water and follow it downstream and downhill, because hopefully it will lead to the coast, which these waters do. They all lead to the ocean, which is a great way to find your way back. If I would have found myself to the coast, I would have found my base, because then I can look around and see from the ocean which way my base is. And also in survival documentaries, a second reason why you always find a body of water and stick with it and follow it downhill is because usually human settlements are always beside a lake or a river, or at least, or maybe a creek, or the ocean and the coast. Humans always build settlements by water. So that's another reason why in survival situations in real life you would follow water, the coast of the water, until you reach some signs of human civilization or a road or something. Of course, in this game, I'm the only human here, but following the water was going to lead me to the coast and out of this jungle, because my base is nowhere on this island. So I had nothing to... When my pteranodon died and left me stranded in this jungle, which I was not expecting, I was kind of panicking because I was out on the elements and all these dangerous animals, and I didn't have enough supplies because I felt very safe up in the air. So I figured I was going to follow a water, the nearest water, and get to the ocean, and from there find my way back to my home island and to my base and where I have my dinosaurs, because I had no dinosaurs after my pteranodon died. So we're now going to... So we have successfully and correctly drawn our island to be here with respect to volcanoes here and the desert island here. So we're good to continue. We have confidence and we can continue. I could try to look for these artichoke type plants because I know what this means. I love these plants and they're not on all of the little lakes in the jungle, but it's kind of vague still. So let's go high up from the X. Let's go independently again to the X, and this time telling RV that we want these bearings with the desert up and the volcanoes to the left. I sense there's some big black gorges here, which are not very helpful because there's a lot of them. It's this rock and there's this fall down and slope. I don't know if that's helpful. Maybe we can try to find this green beacon with respect to our X. I don't know, I just sense all the waters around it. If that's the big green tower beacon, all these waters around it. So I'm going up to the sky and looking for landmarks again. The whole of the island does like this, which doesn't help, which suggests the rocks are here and we're kind of in a lower altitude in the middle. It doesn't really help me at this point because I already know that I died on the shore of a creek. However, there are many lakes and creeks that are on higher elevation also on this island. I sense animals, which doesn't help either, but I'm happy to take data. There's some animals moving here near where my body is, which I know is correct. There was stegosaurs and all kinds moving here, big snakes. This is a real challenge. I think we could use this clue. Let's go try to find that. I think if we're lucky, there's only one of these waters with these plants. And then I would know that my body is in this direction from it. Let's see if I can find those plants. I know where I've seen them. Here there's none. But there's so many bodies of water. I kind of know which one RV means because I've seen these wonderful plants in one of the little lakes or ponds, but I don't think I've seen them in any of the others. So that would tell us how to get to that point. Let's see if we can find it. This is such a challenge. My head is just spinning and overwhelmed. Now, I did perceive this or another stone bridge with a hole in the middle just recently, but I didn't mention it or draw it because I'm just overwhelmed. This is like imagine a real missing person case, and your missing person is, well, first of all dead, so it's not moving, which is easier. Why is there a snake on this rock? And it's somewhere on this island. Are you alive? Yes, you are. I'm playing with danger here. I think it fell down. I'm sorry, I just get distracted. I just get distracted from these funny things. Oh no, I should rest here. Snake will get me if I rest there. Let's see if we can find that water with plants. Oh my god, no. This is bad. Those are the bugs that kind of bug killed me the last time. First, that kind of bugs killed my pteranodon. And then after that later, in a separate area, killed my human characters. So they're really dangerous. Because when you get bit, you lose your... Oh! This is bad! Oh my god. You know, I actually heard the velociraptor feet when I landed there. I could hear its feet. I knew it was close, but I thought I was safer. When you get bit by the bugs, it's really bad because you lose all your stamina. And the pteranodon needs stamina in order to not just fly, but stay up in the air. So once it gets bit, it's going to have to get down on the ground quickly, and it won't have any energy to fly for a long time. And that's what kills you when you're just flying with a pteranodon. So let's try to find these amazing plants. I know I'm getting more and more optimistic because from the look of things and from my earlier scoutings of this island, I've only ever seen those artichoke-like plants on one river, at the entrance, like where the river ends and becomes a waterfall. I think I'll be able to find it. But it's just so vast. It's really huge. But it's a landmark I will recognize once I get there. And I think there's only one. So I think it's worthwhile to look for that. Oh my gosh, this is... Can you see all the waterfalls and what? I mean, you could systematically just go to... Just map out every single little creek and look through each of them one at a time. But it's just overwhelming. But now we're looking for those artichokes. I know they, because every time I see them I'm so happy, because they're so cute. I just love the nature in this game, so I remember those. I know they are right where a water, like a creek, ends and falls down as a waterfall. So it's like at the entrance into one of these ponds, and it's a wide entrance, kind of like there, but I don't think it's that one. So there's one little river somewhere in this jungle which has like a river like this, and right at where the river ends and becomes a waterfall, there's going to be all those artichoke plants. I know it because every time I've seen it, I'm just so fond of it. So RV gave me this as a landmark. So we can use that. We can use the artichoke plants and the volcano and the desert island to know from the artichokes which direction my body would be. If I actually find my body like that, then it's incredibly impressive. I've done lots of map dowsings before, and I actually pick up on the types of plants and the names of plants even, which is really good. So this area I know I wasn't in because this is very close to the coast and very close to being sea level. I was on a higher altitude. Yeah, this will take a little while. I guess I could save time and do it quicker if I did more RV and collected more clues, but I want to find the artichokes. So if you're patient with me, because my body is dead anyway, and this is dangerous. We nearly died from the ants. It was no joke, and the raptor could have killed us too. It's really dangerous here for real. Let me just check if my pteranodon has food. Otherwise we need to catch a fish. This is a good fishing spot for it. Oh! We don't have any food, so, but it's not starving either. I don't have any weapons on me, so we're gonna have to let the pteranodon do some fishing. Let's find a safe spot. Crocs are dangerous, but it's down there and it cannot get to us up here. Alright. Let's see if this place is safe for some fishing. We're gonna take a little fishing detour. Because my pteranodon eats a lot of food. Alright, we have some nice fish here. As you see, I've been here before. I have this torch in case I get a leech. We're just scouting for some predators. Usually there's some dilophosaurs, which are easy to kill with this pteranodon. So let's just catch a fish or two and then we'll be on our way. There's a piranha. I hope I can get it. Okay, that's the danger of, because as soon as my pteranodon goes to a deeper part of the water, he reacts like that. He won't walk into the deeper water. He'll just kind of freak out and go up into the sky. And I think he drops me when that happens. So I have to be careful that I stay on the edge. Oh, there's a dead piranha. Let's see if we can just eat it. There's 2 dead piranhas. Very nice. Alright, some more fish. Let's see if I can get this one. I don't think I will be successful, but let's try. Because if I get too close to the water, it's gonna... Very good. Okay. We have some fish because it eats a lot of fish or meat just to keep flying. I would like one more. There's coelacanth. Okay. The risk is if I fly too low to the water, then I fall into the water and my pteranodon leaves me and I'm at risk of the piranhas. This is extremely dangerous to fish like this, because you also have to get close to the water in order to for the beak to reach the fish. I do want one more though. Ah, there's the piranha. Oh, there's 3 of them. They'll come back. There it is. And you cannot walk backwards with a pteranodon. So you always have to turn around and you need to leave some space. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. I pressed the wrong button, so I jumped off and then I punched my Pteranodon. That's not the first time I just accidentally jump off of it. It's bad when it happens when you're really high in the sky, because then you'll die. Okay, you. I just want one more fish. Then we can continue with our search. I have to stay on this white part of the water. I could just build a weapon and do it myself. There's a coelacanth. Okay. Alright. I mean, when you're doing search and rescue, you have to, you need food. Fortunately, I guess, our missing person is known to be dead. So, okay. Come here. That happened just because I went too close to the water. Fortunately, the missing person is known to be dead, so we're not in a hurry to find it. We don't have to try to get there quick to save its life. And it's not going to be moving around, changing position, which makes it very easy. I just want one more fish, I think. One more. Alright, let's just continue. So we're looking for those artichokes. I know what arty means, and since we're not having much luck finding them, it's actually good. Because it increases my hopes that there's only one place in this whole jungle island that has them. Because I also just remember them in one place. It's like on one of the spots like this here, like where a river ends and becomes a waterfall. I just don't know which one. We'll keep looking for the artichokes. I just get nervous, like logically I'm thinking it shouldn't be, like how could RV know? But we were already correct. I did another missing person case in this game when I lost track of where I died. And it was easy. And we were on this case we were already correct with the bearings. With the volcano and such. Oh, a Spinosaurus! Wow, well that's nice. That's one of the most creepy ones, but it's actually not so dangerous because it seems surprisingly easy to just... You can just walk next to it and it doesn't really have a strong register of following you. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're pretty easy to outrun. But they're creepy. Look at that. It's huge. They just go around eating everything, and you only find them on water. Look at that. Okay, I've never been here on this map. Now I know we're far off. because this is where the temperate forest begins. So we're way off. We can go back to our jungle. I'm just going to rest the pteranodon. So we're too far out when we're here. Let's head back into the jungle itself. Oh, there's a Spinosaurus. Look at that. What's chasing you? Because you've been injured. We have to see this. Someone's biting on it because it's bloody. Or is it just its pattern? No, it looks bloody. It's injured. Surely the pig didn't cause those injuries on the Spinosaur. See, now it healed. The red is gone. Someone did all that damage on the Spinosaur. Could have been a Stegosaur. They can do bad damage on their predators. Anyhow, we're going to go back and look for the artichoke plants. We might be lucky that they're only found in one waterway of this entire island. I think I've only ever seen them in one place. And so we will find it. It's not hard to find because I actually think I know how to find them. We have to head back to the entrance side. I love these little guys. Look at this. Oh, they're very skittish. They're so cute. They're friendly. They don't hurt me. I think I know how to find the artichokes. Because I know I always find them, because usually when I come into this jungle island on a pteranodon, oh my god, these bugs will kill me. This is no joke. Look at my pteranodon, it's been poisoned and the stamina is just dropping. And there's a snake. We have to find a safe place to rest, up on a high cliff and away from the bugs. I hear a snake here as well. This is very dangerous. Those bugs are no problem when I'm just my human character on the ground with some weapon. They're no problem at all. Because even if they bite me and I lose my stamina, it doesn't matter because I'm just standing on the ground chopping those bugs up. But for my pteranodon, it will lose the stamina and it can't fly. And I don't have any weapons on me. I don't have any clothes on me. I'm just naked in this jungle looking for where I died. What was I saying? So every time I come to the jungle island, from my base, I've been using the same entrance, following the same path, and that's when I've always seen those artichoke plants. So I know how to trace that. I know the route I always like to take, because I've come here a few times with the pteranodon to find a lake where they can catch fish and leeches, to get some easy prey, to build up some skill points, to become stronger and better. Because I can kill some small dinosaurs with the pteranodon, but I wouldn't take on a big. And the only way to get skill points for my pteranodon is if I have it kill animals. So we're heading back to where I usually enter into the jungle, and I know we will find the artichokes, and then we can see if we can use it as a landmark to find the dead body. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to cut out any of these irrelevant, boring sections. I never do with my session videos. And this is an RV session, even though right now I'm not remote viewing, I'm just flying. So you're gonna see the whole session, the whole journey, everything. So what we're doing now is we're heading back to where I usually enter. Those centipedes are scary. The green thing. There's another one over there. So, like I already said, we're heading back to where I usually enter into this island because I always use the same route to get to a lake to catch some fish and leeches. And I always run into those artichokes on the way. So we'll be able to find those plants if we just go back in the same way as I always go in. I'm not able to find the artichokes from a random spot just looking. So we're going to use the same path. I can fly faster, but it takes a lot of stamina, so I don't know if it's worth it, because then I have to rest sooner. Always have to look around for predators. Because this Pteranodon I have deactivated, so if we get attacked, it will not attack anything because it's just nuisance and it's not strong anyway. It stays more safe if it doesn't attack any predators. So we're just gonna find the entrance point that I usually use. I don't know if it's that one or another one. Once I recognize the path, we will use it and we will find the plants. Look at that shark down there. Is that a dolphin? I think the entrances are over here. So you see, we were looking for the artichokes on the wrong side of the island. I was there to the left, at the waters on the left, and turns out we need the waters on this right side to find the artichokes. So I wouldn't have found them just by looking over there. And this island is huge. You can't just go to 5 lakes and look them all over because there's too many. It's massive. This is very dangerous too because anything could happen. I could accidentally press the jump off button and jump down from my Pteranodon and be in the jungle with nothing on me. Or one of us could die, or both of us could die. Or it's not a big deal. I would just spawn at my base and go and capture another Pteranodon. Because I have my items, I have my gun for that, tranquilizer gun on the base and such. But anyway, we're on a mission and we're not gonna die. So this is where I always come into the jungle, from this water inlet. So we were on the wrong side. Glad we came out. Now we will find the artichokes pretty quickly, because I always run into them from here. I always use the same path, because my base is over in that direction that I'm looking at. I always come in this way. You can look at the lightning bolt on the upper right. The blue, when the blue starts to run out, that's when my pteranodon needs to rest. The lightning bolt on the bottom right, that's mine for the human. So you can see when I'm flying, it doesn't take any energy from my human, but my pteranodon gets tired. And we're going to be careful with those big birds, because they are predatory and they will attack, and we are both two very weak. Well, I'm completely weak. All I have is to punch with my fists. I'm pretty sure this is where I always come in. I always use these waters. We're gonna get higher up away from these birds. I think it would kill me in one bite or make me fall off. I think this is where we enter. Or is it? Maybe not. Yeah, let's just do this properly. Let's go back to how I always enter. Maybe this isn't right either. Here is dangerous. There are lots of big dinosaurs and those birds on these rocks here. We have to rest. Oh, that thing. I was gonna rest there. Here we can rest. This thing I think is a friendly one. No, that wasn't the entrance I used either. So you see how incredibly disorienting and massive this island is. Or is it where I enter? Now I'm confused. We're gonna head back in the direction of the grasslands, which is where I always come. And when I come back the same way, I'll be able to know which entrance I always use. There's the volcano, you can see it better. It's on our dowsing map. So I'm just gonna head back towards the direction of the base, and then turn around and head back to the jungle. And then I can see the path that I always take. I'll recognize it. I will find the artichokes. Oh, I was gonna rest there. There's the T-Rex. You can never assume that where you intend to rest is where you'll actually be able to land. So if you run out of stamina, you're really over it. So you have to rest, plan to rest before you need it, not at the last minute. Oh, and we can't rest down there. Because usually you want to land somewhere you can't, because there's a predator. Let's just rest here quickly. Up on a high rock is always the best. I'll just grab some berries. Oh, that was dangerous. I could have fallen into the alligator water. This is dangerous because I have no weapons other than my fists. Just need some berries. Okay, so this is the way I always come in. Now we're heading back. And I'm going to recognize the entrance, and we're gonna find the artichokes. Look at that thing. The T-Rex always wins against the brachiosaurs. Every time that I've seen it. Unless there's 2 or 3 brachiosaurs. Sometimes, if the T-Rex was injured already, then they will kill the T-Rex. I've seen that a couple of times. But just one brachiosaur cannot do it. So this is the way I always come to go into the jungle. And I always run into those artichokes. I always like to see them because they're interesting. I just like the animals and the plants in this game. So I really like to see some new kinds of plants. So I remember them. And I'm glad they're on my dowsing map. So I always come in this direction here. There's the desert island ahead of us. I think that's the desert island. Yes, it is, I think. Yeah, it is. I think I always come here. And here's gonna be the 3 Allosauruses that are stuck on a rock. And they've been there forever. Which is good, because 3 of them like that, that's really creepy. These are really strong. These are incredibly fast, and they have a long range of smelling you. So we need to rest. We're gonna rest here. I kind of want to kill this Dilophosaur down there, because this Pteranodon can do it, and it will get some meat and some experience points. And there's some fish as well. No, it's a bird. Let's just there we are. It can do it. This is not dangerous right here. There's no other predator on this little island. That was no problem, and it got some meat. I wouldn't do that in the jungle, maybe, because there are some big predators. This little island here doesn't have any big predators, I know that. See, this one. So now we're going into the jungle the way I always do, and it's right here. So earlier, where I thought my entrance usually is, wasn't correct, because this island is huge. You just get lost in it. So many places look the same. This is where I like to go in. I'm gonna go higher up so we avoid the dangerous birds. Here I always like to follow, or maybe this is what I thought previously. Anyway, I think this is where I always go in. Let's just go here. Now I'm confused. Maybe it is on the other side of this hill. Where do I always go in? Because that's where the artichokes are. We'll just go here, and if we don't recognize things here, then we will go on the left side of this tower, because then it's there. Yeah, it's gonna be on the left side of this tower. Sorry about that, I'm confused. No, I don't remember anything. This island is just so big. Maybe this next thing here is where I always enter. I know what it looks like though. Yeah, this is where I like to enter. It starts with these rivers that go into the sea. And then you climb up a couple waterfalls, and there we will find the artichoke plants. And there's the desert. Yeah, this is where I always enter. This is it. I'm sure of it now, I think. Alright, so here we will go in. I think this is it. Ironically, we just came from here, but I wasn't sure because I need to retrace it in this direction going in if I'm going to recognize where the artichokes will be. So let's go in here again. Yeah, this is where I like to go in. And we will run into the artichoke. Like I said, we're not really in a hurry to find our missing person because it's already dead and it's not moving. So there's no urgency to do this very efficiently and quickly. Sure, I always go this way. Yeah, this way. This is where I like to fish. Catch on fish and with the pteranodon to get some food. We've been here before. And here we have the two waterfalls, and for some reason, this is our fishing spot here where we were before. Catching some fish. And I always like to go on the left side waterfall and go up there. For some reason I never really go there. So I just made this first route the first time and I like to use the same every time. So now we go up here. I don't know if we can see the plants when it's dark. We might have to wait for morning. This guy's been here for ages. Yeah, this is the artichokes. I told you we were going to find it. Here they are. These are the artichokes. Let me show you. These guys are the artichokes. I could go down for a closer look, but I'll probably die if we do that. Let's see if it's safe for me to come down. I'll show you why I think they look like artichokes. These things. And this is the only place in the whole game where I've ever seen them. So this place is on the map, and this place was exactly 100% where I knew it would be because I recognize these plants. I've been here. I want to land and show you those cute plants. First we will see if there's any predators. This is dangerous. I can't really see. Let's just do it quick, quick. These are the artichokes. look. Now let's get out of here. They look just like artichokes. They're so cute. So we found our landmark. Let's land on a rock and get back to our map. Well done. This is on our dowsing map, the artichokes. We'll find a very safe place to land. This is safe here. Alright. So we have found our landmark, these artichokes. So we're here right now. And if we position the volcanoes on this side and the desert on this side, we should be able to figure out the bearings, and according to remote viewing and map dowsing, the body should be here. Now logic is screaming at me and saying, no, it can't be. You know, logic is so doubtful, but this is our RV data. Let me try feeling the artichoke place and just feeling where the body would be. RV tells me to find rocks, which is correct. I remember these rocks here. I need to feel the rocks next to the body. And there will be a dip down, like a hillside down near to it. The volcanoes are indicated here again with the smell of sulfur, which is interesting because the game doesn't have any real smells. So that's interesting. So all of our bearings, RV is consistent. Let me feel this site as an X and feel around it. What do we have around it? RV says over here there's a waterfall down. Clouds of steam, of water above, RV says, which is interesting because there isn't really a steam. But RV is perceiving all of this virtual game data as real elements, which is absolutely incredible. There's going to be some rocks to climb here, RV says. Some hindrances, some obstacles, blockages of rock and tough terrain. Over here is a spiky animal. Could be a stegosaurus or one of those little things. Stegosaurs are all over this island. There's an interesting smell here. Something yellow, which is... Oh, it's the smell of a poisonous animal. It's either the snake or the centipede. They have poison. This is interesting. RVs can perceive the poisonous animal with the smell of the poison. And there is no smell in the game, but it was clear to me. So let me feel this place and feel where the body is in relation to it. RV says we have to go down, so we're going down in elevation. We have to look for a hole with rocks around it. This isn't very helpful. So let's just go to artichokes and put the volcanoes to our upper right, put the desert island to the north, and then go in this general direction. Okay, let's do that. Alright, so the artichokes are right there, I think. Is this the artichokes or up here? Where did we have them now? Here they are. Look, no? Did I lose them? That's the artichokes. Alright. So there's the artichokes, and we're going straight up. So the volcano is there, and the artichokes is below. Volcano. Volcano is there. Desert should be there. So we need to be going in this direction here. Okay. We're gonna lose the artichokes again. But this is really hard. Oh, I'm going the wrong direction. As you can see, this is such a challenge. This direction. We need to find some other landmarks. This rock and the green tower. We need to remember them so we can find the artichokes. Okay, the artichokes are in this huge water here. So this direction should have the body. And you can see if that's true, it's extremely helpful because it eliminates a lot of other things. So we're looking for any water in this direction. It's probably going to be behind this rock. This is just overwhelmingly difficult. It's just making my head spin. So it could be behind this rock here. Ooh, there's some Allosaurus, I think, over here. So the volcano is there. Desert is up there. We should be... Look at the size of this map. Look. How do you find a body here? How? Oh my god, how am I gonna do this? This is overwhelming. I could just cry. But it's in this general area. It's on this side. This is overwhelmingly difficult. I can't even. But we will solve this. Here's some waters, but I know I'm not there because I wasn't. Oh gosh. Arvi, we need more information. This isn't enough. I'm gonna do another map dosing. But we're getting closer, I know it. What is that? It's a T-Rex. Oh, it's so pretty. I would love to have this one. Okay. So this is our first map. Let's draw it again and see what shows up this time. So we have a red X for the body. So RV, what do we have around this body? I get plants here, which is not helpful because there's plants everywhere. I swear, if I find this body, then it's thanks to our rear and one smaller. This is a tremendous challenge. On this side we have some rocks and some higher ground. You can climb higher here. I feel the water here, which is this stream, and I died on the shore of this stream. There's some green animals with interesting skin here, which is irrelevant because they move around. The volcano is such a strong land. When I do real map dowsing, if there's a volcano nearby, on real maps, I will always sense it. It's such a powerful landmark, and I'm so glad this map has one. The volcano is strongly indicated here as a very strong signal, and it's given again, we have the same bearings here. This is our volcano. It's such a good thing to have on this map because it's unmistakable. Our volcano is there. We have a search area of many square kilometers, many square miles. This is incredibly difficult. Let's go this way. There's something yellow here. What is this yellow? Yellow. Not sure what is this yellow here. Let's give it a border so we can see it on the map. Something yellow is here. I could probe it to find out what the yellow is, but let's keep going. If we go in this direction, then it stops. Here is a stop, like a blockage, which would be a stone wall. There's something very pretty here, Harvey says. This yellow is pretty, something very beautiful that I would recognize when I see it as something yellow and pretty. Well, it drops down here and such, but it's not an important landmark. Let's go this direction. There are a lot of stone holes here in the ground. RV is consistently showing them. There are these holes for rock formations that make holes. Let's go further. I found another water here. Not so close here. Some plants here. Something edible is here, like something that there's a dinosaur that's eating some plants here. Feels like crunchy vegetables. Feeling here. And further. Strange winds, which is odd because, I mean, the game does have winds, but animals are here. There's animals everywhere, so it's not very... This X looks kind of bad. Let's redo it. So this is where the body is. I mean, the artichokes are helpful, but the problem is there's just such a huge area. We need more specific. Let's keep going this way. Something fun is here, and I sense the eagles as well. The eagles are fun, because the eagles think that they're having fun. They enjoy their life. They enjoy what they're doing. Interesting to get emotions from these game life forms. Let's keep going. There are some trails here to walk. That's important. The forests here on the jungle island do have these trails, which are these yellow paths. Okay, let's keep going. We will eventually reach some rocks here and the beach, the coast. Let's just do it with... So we reach the end of our island on this side. Beach. So we reach the end. We can't really go further in this direction. Let's try this direction. This all seems very unhelpful, kind of, because we don't really know the distances exactly and what else is in between, or if there's 100 paths. But it's also helping to unpack the signals, so we are making progress. So let's go in this direction, see what we find. There's a water here, and then I sense help and a drowning helplessness sensation. I just sense the dying and sadness of my character, which is really emotional, very sad. I saw the body curl up and the eyes open, and it was help, and it felt like drowning, and such a feeling of helplessness. It's incredible that because when I died, I think my emotion was, adrenaline. You're trying to kill the bugs that were killing it. And I was kind of in that state, a bit angry after I died, because you're in the fighting mode, you're in the angry mode. So this helplessness feeling and sadness is absolutely nothing that I, as a player, have felt or ascribed to this character. So it's interesting that it comes from it. It has its own emotions. So the water would continue here, which makes sense. There's something pretty yellow here as well. I don't know what these yellow pretty things are yet, but there's something very nice, very pretty, like, I'm not sure what they are. So, at least I died at the edge of a creek or river and not inside of a green jungle, so it's already a good landmark. But we just have so many creeks and rivers. Which one am I supposed to just somehow look at all of them? There's so many. Let's keep going this direction. It would be incredibly difficult on this island. Some more red animal elements here, which we don't have to note because there's animals everywhere. Oh, there's a freshness. If we continue here, there's plants. There's some plants here and some freshness, like it opens up and we get fresh air, the open space here. Just a very fresh, cool breeze here. The air smells good here. Some rocks here. More animals here with a sense of danger. I see a literal warning sign, which is danger. There's something pretty here. There's the sunshine here with the rays. Alright, so and let's look in this direction. As you see, this is a tough one because it's in the wilderness. Luckily, we have a volcano as a specific landmark. Everything else, I mean, plants, you have plants in 200, 500 different areas of this map. Let's go this direction. We need landmarks, something unusual. We do have the holes, but I fear that they would be covered by jungle and by trees, and that there would be similar rock formations in many places, and that I cannot find this from the sky easily like I can this thing, the volcano, I can find from the sky immediately. So let's look in this direction. I see a pteranodon here. It's very wise. Interesting how they have personalities. There's a pteranodon here, which is very wise, very it feels like a librarian. It's very observant and knowledgeable, and it's wise, and it's like it has read books. It's like a sage. It's like a Merlin. It feels like the magician Merlin, who has read books and is wise and a bit old. There's a pteranodon here that I'm being shown. It's sitting up here and it's very wise. So you have to let RV tell you a story. Storytelling. This would seem nonsense for a dowsing, but this see what it says. The pteranodon is sitting here and it's very wise, and it looks around. It looks around in this direction. So RV is telling me I need to land my pteranodon here and look in this direction. So it's a clue. It's not a complete clue. It doesn't guide us to the finish, but everything will add up. Here are the swamps I found. That's correct. The swamps are here. And here are the grasslands. Here's my base. Here's the volcano. Here's the snowy lands. No, the snowy lands are here. I know this is true. The swamps are here. But it doesn't really help because we're still on this massive island. So what I'm going to do next is the map contour. This is where this is the money. This is where the money is. So this is where RV really shines. I'm going to do the map contours, the coastlines. So first I will go to the target, X, and I will keep going gradually higher up above it. And I will keep the bearings so that our desert is up above and the volcanoes are to the upper right. You can smell the animals. They smell like yellow color. There's an interesting smell from the dinosaurs that are walking. I can smell them. It's kind of a sweetly smell. Kind of a animal smell, but not quite. More like a chemical, like a sulfur. Maybe the smell from their urine. An interesting scent. Very sweetly smell from the dinosaurs. I can smell them as if they were real. So where we died, the water makes this shape. Here's the creek. Here's where we died. And here is a round lake like this. It doesn't go here. It bulges in this direction if the volcano is here and the desert is here. But how many lakes like that do we have? Okay, in front of me I see a stone bridge like this. You can go under it. This is stone. There is at least one significant stone arch like this, but there could be several, so I don't know whether to use this. There's some interesting fruits here, like papayas. I could taste them, which is interesting because this jungle doesn't have fruits. It doesn't have papayas, but I saw them and I tasted them in the jungle. So this is getting really realistic here very fast. This is getting in. This RV sees it as a real place with fruits, edible papaya fruits, which were delicious. I could taste them. They're so soft and perfectly ripe. Like they just break apart in your hands because they're so juicy and ripe. It smells bad up here from rocks. So I'm going 500 meters above the X with the bearings correctly. I can see my backpack. Oh my god, this is like a real RV. And the backpack is what I'm looking for because it has my T-Rex egg and my items and my fur hat. I can see the backpack. This is wild. This is so cool. There are no wooden planks anywhere, RV says, which is correct. I haven't built any wooden structures on this island anywhere. That's correct, RV, yes. RV says otherwise we could have found home. That's true, RV. If I would have built a little base with wooden platform, wooden floors, we could have used it as a landmark. But we don't have it, so we cannot use it as a landmark. RV, you're correct. The fruit smells so good. RV's telling me there are fruits. There are actually some kind of fruit-looking plant nearby. Could be the lichen, which has these little cattail kind of tops. I've seen them in some places. It could be, actually. Actually, the papayas are lichen. I know there are some riverways on the island which have this plant which looks like this stick. Looks like this stick, and it has this cattail. These are fruits, RV says, and they're ripe and can be eaten. Turns out some of the dinosaurs eat these. This is all fictional because dinosaurs don't eat these. But according to RV, they would, and they would be fruit-like. These things are here. That's a clue. That's good because they're not on all the walk. Let's take another flight and look for the stone arch, because we would know that it's in this direction with respect to the volcano being here and this river here and so forth. And let's see if we find a riverway with this lichen plant, because I recognize it. Let's have a look. You don't want to walk these paths, that's for sure. T-Rex there. T-Rex there. Okay, so stone arch and the like. Oh my gosh. I just forgot how huge this jungle island is. Look how big it is. It's so massive you can't see the whole thing from the sky. Oh my gosh. Fortunately, the waters are easy to find, and I died on the shore of a creek. So there is a stone arch, I know that. There is a stone arch, and I have seen those fruit-like plants, the cattails. Let's find the stone arch, but there are several. There's at least two that I've seen, I think. This takes a while because I'm not really stressing it. Like, this could be a stone arch, but this is not, I don't think this is the one that RV meant. The one I'm standing on. Because I've seen a nice one which I feel resonates with what RV showed me. I think it's up here. I mean, I could just rush through this and do it very meticulously with the RV aspect. But I'm just kind of feeling so overwhelmed with the size of the map that I'm just being very lazy about it because I'm very overwhelmed with the task. Like, we have these waters here, but then look, over there there's more. Let's look out for a lake which has the creek coming out and that the lake bulges in that one direction instead of symmetrically, if you know what I mean. That was a clue that RV showed me. I know the body isn't here because I wasn't here when I died. And what I'm not doing right now is I'm not just going in all places and just hoping to run into it. I'm not searching right now, like searching, because I'm really using the RV data. So it's not like we're going to randomly just run into it and say, oh, RV did that. If we find it, we can compare the landmarks and impressions that we had. So here's the artichokes. Now we're looking for the stone arch, and there's a couple of those cattails, but I know a river which has a lot of them. we're just taking our time, and I was gonna say enjoying the process, but we're taking our time and feeling overwhelmed with the task because it's impossible. See, there's no artichokes here. They're very rare. They're only found at that one place. I know which river Arby means with the cattails because I've seen it. Could be on the other side. If I did a proper map dowsing and just did it in detail and drew the contour of the island, I would know already where it is, but I'm kind of just messing around because I'm very overwhelmed with this island. It's so huge. Look at that frog down there, look. So we're looking for... Oh my god, does the island continue here? I've never been here. Oh my god, it's so huge. It's absolutely massive. It just gets bigger and bigger, like... It's just so big, you can't even... You can't even... It's impossible. Without RV, you just can't do this. I have never been here, I think, but let's take a look. So we're looking for that stone arch. I know which one RV means because I've seen it. I have never been here, I think. This is not the stone arch that RV meant. What are those pink things? What is this pink? What? That's my... But this is where I die. That's my... This is where... And there is a stone arch. This could be the stone arch. That's my pteranodon, the pink. That's the one I was flying on when I died. When the pteranodon... Wait a minute. We just landed by accident on the place where my journey started. There's another stone arch. Oh my gosh, it's here. Okay, this is huge. We're gonna find it very quickly. Because I could actually trace... I could trace just from here. I could trace from memory. I know exactly where the body is now. I don't even have to use RV now that I'm here. But we will be finding the body and then we will compare it to the RV data that I had just to see that RV was accurate. But I think we will find the body with the help of my memory and not with the actual help from RV. So the story is, I was somewhere on these lakes and I was riding that pink pteranodon that's there. Yeah, I was right here, and with the pink pteranodon I was hunting leeches. See the black leeches down there? They're following me right now. See? All of them. And I was here with the pink one, catching these leeches, letting the pteranodon gain some experience points so that I can enhance its skills such as stamina. And what happened was, in that jungle over there, we were attacked by these big bugs that are flying bugs, and they killed my pteranodon. So my pteranodon fell to the floor there, and I was left with no dinosaur, no pteranodon, and right here I was, and needing to find my way back home. So I'll show you the way that I remember I went. There's the pteranodon, the pink. I went this way. I was walking on foot by myself. I had no dinosaur. Look at the leeches following us. So I went this way on foot. So now I'm telling you where the missing person went. I remember going here on foot. I had no more dinosaur. I couldn't fly. Then I hopped over these rocks here. I hopped over these rocks. I went here over these rocks. And I knew I wanted to follow the water downstream, downhill, so that it could bring me into the coast where the water goes into the ocean. I remember coming down here. I crossed here. So the missing person, I crossed this waterway here. And in this jungle I was. On this side, here's the creek. Let's see from the sky if this lake has the shape that RV just told us. Well, it is round. I know this is the creek. This is the creek where my body is. Here's the cattails, look. RV is so good at this. Here are the cattails, the fruits. I am dead here somewhere. Maybe down there? Now I'm getting kind of confused. I'm very sure that I came this way. And I was trying to always go down the rocks, following the water. And I remember coming to a very big water, and that scared me because it had so many predators and crocodiles that I wanted to go into the forest a little bit to stay away from the animals. Look, it's in the jungle. I think this is the creek that I died on this side, on the right side. Or did I come down here? Or somewhere here I died. Did I make it all the way down here? See how difficult this is? There's my beacon. That's where I died, the green beacon. Look. That's where my body is. We have to be careful because the bugs are here that killed me. We have to be very careful. This is, we found it. We found the body. We're gonna scout a little bit to see if the bugs are here. Because before I get it, here we are. This is where we died. See the bugs? This is dangerous. How are we gonna get them? I'm gonna have to go on foot. Build some weapon. That's where we died. And look, there's an arch. Look at that. There's a stone arch exactly where RV said. Can you see that? I'd never seen this arch before because I was down in the forest. This is amazing. RV saw that arch before I did. The only thing is I want to retrieve my items, and I can't do it with my pteranodon. I have to fight the bugs. So there's the arch that RV showed me. It's not the arch I thought, because I'd never seen this one. I thought it was one that I had seen before. This is the arch that RV showed me on the drawing. I've never seen it before, ever, because I was on foot down in the jungle and I couldn't have seen it from the trees. So that's the arch, RV said. There's the body. That's the green beacon for the body. As you can see, you can't see it from very far away. because we never saw it before. So let me also take a picture of the other landmark. So the cattails, the fruits, would be here. See how difficult? Because this river is hidden in the jungle. I'm going to take a picture of the fruits. Oh, you stuck there. Here are the fruits, look. Oh, and these things, oh look at these. These are the fruits that RV showed me, the ripe fruits. Let's take a close-up picture. Fly through them. It's dangerous. I'm just trying to take a screenshot of these fruits, as I call them. Okay, this is okay. Yeah. Okay, so if we go up, these fruits should be by a round lake. So that's the beacon of the body. You can see it shimmers differently. Maybe we could have found it by flying around. So, oh, it's getting foggy when I want to picture. We have to rest. So we found the body. I haven't retrieved it yet because I need some weapons because of the bugs. But we're taking some pictures now, and the fog comes in when we're taking pictures. We're gonna then compare all the RV data. See how foggy it got. I was gonna take pictures. Super. Well. Now we can't see any of it. We're gonna take a picture and we can compare the RV data to everything when the fog clears. Oh wow. We did not find the body because of remote viewing. We found it because I happened to find the pteranodon, the pink one, and luckily it was pink, because if it had been this one, you can't really see it with the color of the trees and the ground and the rocks. But the one that died was pink, bright pink, so I saw, what's that pink thing down there? And I saw it was the dead pteranodon. So that was the lake from which I started. And then I was able to remember the way that I went down following the waterfalls. And it was easy for me to remember and trace the route that I took to find the body. Now, as we see, this whole creek that I was looking for, where I knew I died beside the creek, it's concealed by trees. So that was no easy task. I was just lucky to find the pteranodon. Okay, we have a fog right when we wanted to take some pictures. But RV was correct. Look at the leeches coming for me. Sometimes they can climb rocks. Look at that. This one's creepy, isn't it? You think you want to take a swim here? They will latch on to dinosaurs and to people. It's creepy stuff. Do you want to swim here? I used to think I was building a base here because it's so pretty. And I love waters and swimming, but there's just no way to live here because of the leeches. Look at them. Oh my god, that's gross. I don't mind piranhas, I can kill them. Look, they're gonna climb the rocks. Oh my god, that's gross. I was gonna build bases. Oh my god, what was that? Who's that flying thing? Okay, the fog has cleared. This is the lake that we drew. RV drew for us on the map that I sent just recently. We're gonna just there you can see a loot box, the crystal, very clearly. We're just gonna take a picture and show the shape. Which one is it that I went down for my body? Which one did I follow when I died? This one or this one? And here are the cattails. Okay. It's the second one. That one. So the shape isn't exactly how RV said. Yeah, this is... So this is the pond that RV drew, and the river where I died is here. So I died here I died further here on this side, on this river. Cattail fruits. The stone arch is actually over here. It's close by, see? It's this one, I know it, it's that big one. I mean, there's some, this little one here as well, but I really think it's the big one. Let's get a good view. Let's just show how the stone arch is in relation to everything else, all the other landmarks that Arvi gave us here. There's the stone arch, there's the green beacon where I died, and under me is the cattail fruits, and there's the pond. So let's try to get everything into one frame so I can take a screenshot. Oh, that's nice. That arch is huge. It's definitely a landmark. See how much bigger it is than the other arches that we saw first? It's a huge landmark, this big arch. And I had never seen it before. Alright, so let's make some notes here. We have the arch is here, the beacon is here, the cattails would be here, and this is the round pond. So arch is here. It's huge. Then we have beacon, beacon body. Let's just write target. Or body, and it's here. Then we have cattails here, round pond, drawing 3 from the third drawing. Let's just confirm that the cattails really are where I drew it. We can see the waterfall going down on the print screen here. Here you can see the waterfall. Let's just confirm. Yeah, there it is. There we see the waterfall. We're just gonna look that the cattails, yeah, they are. Because the other one leads into this pond. And I went down the one that leads away from the pond because I was following survival techniques. You have to get to the coastline to get out of the jungle. And here would be the cattails. Yeah, there they are. Those are the fruits that I sense, the ripe fruits. Look at all those leeches and the frog. Isn't that horrible, those leeches? But I've been coming here with Pteranodon to kill leeches to get some points from my Pteranodon. Let's just look at our maps that we drew to see what's correct. If we go to map 3, I think this was the best map. This is map 3. I drew it 3rd. And the body is here, X, and we have the creek and this round pond. Now the pond is round, but it doesn't go like upward. It's kind of symmetrically there, so that wasn't entirely correct. Maybe RV, but I trust RV. It must mean something else. The cattails, exactly, because not all of the river inlets or outlets, in this case an outlet, they don't all have cattails like this. This one does. And the big arch is incredible. It's exactly there, and I've never seen it before. I've never seen it. And I didn't see it when I died, because I was in the jungle. I wouldn't have seen it from down there whatsoever. And it's huge. It's very big, this arch. So let's go to map 2. X. Well, this one is more... Map 3 is very close by impressions. It's showing us what's nearby, very nearby. Map 2 is very general, like it's scouting the whole island, because if you look at the X, in this short distance from X down to the bottom to the sand of the beach, that's the distance to get to the coast, and that's going to be just miles and miles. So I'm not going to bother looking for the holes. I mean, we could, but it's going to be in the dense jungle with bugs. We know that it's correct that the volcano is up there, and everything else looks pretty good. We could still go ahead and confirm or check whether there's another water below it, and then paths, and then the coastline, but let's not do that because I would probably die from the animals in the jungle. And this is map 1. We know that the desert was correct and the volcano, or that's at least our bearings. And we did confirm earlier the artichokes. Actually, yeah. Let's just... no, I'm just going to say it's correct that the artichokes are here, because they are on that side. I don't know if I need to prove it. Let me just prove that the artichokes are on that side. Now we know where this is, and I will find it next time. So let's just show you that the artichokes are, they're the cattails are there on that side. There's the green beacon where I died. There's that huge arch. Very impressive land. Look how big it is. It's not like the small ones there. And I said when I saw the small ones first, I said, it just doesn't feel like those small ones. And then around the corner we see this huge one. So that's where I died. And where do we have the artichokes? I don't know, this island is so huge. This is a huge undertaking just to... See, the beacon disappeared. Did you see that? Because now we're too far away. Look at the size of that arch. So there's the volcanoes. So according to RV map, we will be able to find it from the arch. According to RV map, since we died at the arch, we could say, and the volcano, there's the desert, there's the volcano. The artichokes would have to be See, now we can see the beacon. This is how close we have to get. And then it's hard to always know if it's a loot box beacon or this one, which is a you died here beacon. Let's see. We died here. The volcanoes are over there. The desert we saw is... we died there. There's the volcano smoke. There's the desert. So the artichokes would have to be in this direction, right? Are you following so far? So we're gonna just confirm that the artichokes are where RV said. It's gonna be in this direction. I think it's behind this mountain, but definitely, unless it's this one. Oh, there's something scary there. I have to rest. We're just confirming that the artichokes, I already know that they are where RV said, but I want to show you as well. Is this the artichokes? Yeah, this one also has artichokes. But it's confusing because, or is this the one? No, it's not, is it? But anyway, that's artichokes too, and technically also correct because it's exactly where we have it on the map. But let's try to find the original artichokes, which is the one that I always recognize when I come here to this island. Now the interesting thing is, I thought I knew when RV showed me the arch. Look at the size of this map. All of that green is also this island. This is all the same island. All these trees you see. See, and it's way back there. So when RV showed me an arch, I thought that it's the arch that I'm familiar with, which is on this way other side. Because it was the only arch that I knew of, that I had seen. So if my mind was making it up, it would have been that arch, because it's the only arch I've ever seen. However, once we found the body, we saw that the arch was an arch that I had never seen before. And it was a massive arch. It's much bigger than the other one I was thinking. So RV knows things before I know things. Like RV knew about that arch from the future or from the game itself, when nothing in my mind knew about that arch, the big one. I think this is where we have the artichokes. I'm gonna just find them and show you that they are where RV said. Don't touch me, bug, please. Those are friendly unless you start attacking them, or I think when you attack another animal, they get excited too. They smell the blood. I think this is where we always go for our artichokes, and we'll just confirm. Well, I don't know if you're keeping track, but our body is over there. And our artichokes are right there. This is the artichokes that I was thinking. But it could have also been the other artichokes we ran into just earlier, because they were less, but they were also in the direction that we said. When you see a dinosaur running like that, you get scared because you know there's a predator. So you never run in the direction that they're fleeing from. You just get away from them. So here are artichokes. And anyway, the body is, if I can find it again, I'll find it again. It's on this side. And the volcano is over there. There's the artichokes somewhere. There's the volcano, there's the artichokes. The desert is over there in the horizon. And the body was here about. So it's correct. It's hard to show you everything on the same map right now, but I know I have my bearings and I know the artichokes are where RV side. So we didn't find the body because of RV. I found it by chance when I stumbled on the pteranodon that died, and from there I was able to trace back. However, we have confirmed that all of the landmarks that RV showed us were correct with respect to where the body is. And we had many impressions that were things that I just didn't know myself, such as where the volcano is with respect to the desert, the cattails, the artichokes, and that most interesting of all was the big arch. The big arch was the most impressive landmark. I think we're on this other side here. Yes. The big arch was the most impressive. So anyway, I'm gonna say I solved this missing person case by chance. However, had I continued with RV, I would have mapped out the island coastlines and done it that way. And I can also say that all of the RV data that I got was accurate. So it was a lot of fun to use. And my favorite thing about this session is to find out, this is the second time I'm using RV map dowsing on this game, to find a missing site. What I love the most is that it's so easy. It's just as easy as with real maps as with this virtual game map, which I'm completely surprised by, but RV sees no difference. And what I love the most is that I get real sensations. These animals register as real life forms, the same way as a red element life form. The animals register with emotions. I can feel their emotions, what they're thinking. Hey, now remember when I said the pteranodon on a rock and it was wise and it was looking in this direction? Now we're doing that. This is the moment I remote viewed. We are now that moment. Right now. This is the rock that I recognize now, that I was standing on and being wise standing here. I love that things register as real water. I can feel the water. I can feel the heat from the volcano. I can taste fruits. I can feel the soft of the fruits. I can feel the thoughts and the emotions of the dinosaurs. I can see the dinosaurs moving in my mind. I love these things. It's giving real impressions of real things. So anyway, if I ever die again in this game and get lost, I will use a dowsing session again to find where I died. I'm a little lost now, but I'll find the arch. on the body. I know it's on the side of this mountain. And here's the desert, so yeah, I'm very happy with this session. There's the arch. See how easily we find it? It's such a big landmark. I think that's the arch. Maybe it isn't. Anyway, there was a big arch where I died. I'm gonna go and retrieve my items now.